Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome back. Today we're going to be checking out the location of all the Kodamas in Nioh's first main level, pretty much once we get out of the prison, called Isle of Demons. So there are 9 Kodamas in total. So obviously we're going to be starting off here where we get placed in near this shrine and head off to the right. I have took the liberty of taking out pretty much all of the enemies in the level just so this video becomes easier to record without any complications in the way. Once we get to this first intersection, we want to head off to the right and we can find the first one of the Kodamas sitting behind this hut, as you can see here. I'm just going to quickly remove some of my armor just so we can get around the level a little bit quicker for the purpose of this video. And we want to continue up here in the only way we can really go from this point onwards until we get to this intersection here. Remember, this intersection is going to be very important as we need to come back here later, and this place can be quite confusing the first time you visit. So this intersection here with like the scarecrow to the left. Right, so once you made a good mental note of where you are, we want to continue up here to the left and walk up past these stone statues. And when we get to this first tree, we want to turn to the right and go between these 2 rocks, and then turn to the left behind this tree. We'll find the second one of the Kodamas. Right, now we want to drop off here to the left, and once we get to this hut, turn left one more time, just make a reference of where this hut is, and then continue up here on the upper bank. A little bit further on, you notice the road forks off into 2. We want to turn off to the left, and behind this tree, make sure you don't drop down, and just to the left of this tree, you'll be able to find the 3rd Kodama. Right, so now hopefully you remember where I said to make that mental reference note down here by the scarecrow. This is where we need to head back to now. Right, so when you're here where I said to make the mental note to the right of this scarecrow, we want to come up here again, but this time take the path to the right just past these huts and continue up the hill. Be very careful as soon as you enter through this gateway. There's a really nasty ambush here for early game. So come prepared, and once you do take all of those enemies out, we want to head to the right of this house, and notice there will be a gap in the bamboo fence. We want to come through here and stick it to the left hand side. We'll notice our next Kodama. So to continue on, we need to go through this gate. Now obviously the first time you come here, this gate will be locked. And the way to get this key is very simple. There's a massive house sitting right behind us. We want to go in there and take out the demon resting inside. And we'll notice the key is on the ground right below him. That is the key we need to open this big gate. Okay, so once we are through the gate, we'll notice we get to this new area of the map. The first thing we need to do is drop off here to the left of the pathway. And we'll notice there is another Kodama resting right here. And then obviously drop down from this platform down to the main area once again, and the checkpoint, the shrine, will be up here to the right just so you can make a better reference of where we are. Just make sure no one gets lost. We're going to head up here to the shrine. So from the shrine we want to head off to the left and take pretty much the only viable path here to the right first, and when we get to this flame area we want to head to the left. And this is where there's normally an enemy on the roof with a bow and arrow and another one guarding the stairs from below, so we want to take those out and head up the ladder. Once we get up the ladder, we want to continue crossing over all the roofs until we get to the final one that we can get to. Be careful as there is one of the roofs that break on this section here, so just stick to the left hand side as much as possible. If you fall down, it's no big deal, you can just go around again. But once we do get to the final one, which has a ladder coming up to it with a little platform at the top of the ladder, as you can see here on screen, the Kodama is going to be hiding just below the platform after the ladder. Right, so from here we want to drop off down here where you can see and go up this ladder. If this ladder is not kicked down for you yet, you want to continue a bit further left and just continue around the only path possible until you're given the option to kick this ladder down. Then you continue going over the roofs here. Be careful with the flames as they can be pretty nasty in this game. Once you get to this roof, you want to drop down one more time and come round here to the left. The landmarks you're going to be looking out for are these 2 watchtowers that have a little bridge crossing over to connect the 2. We want to head off behind the building by the tower on the right and climb up the ladder, then be able to cross over to the watchtower on the left. So from here we want to drop down onto this roof that is just the left hand side of the watchtower, and then drop down to this smaller roof and we'll be able to find another Kodama hiding here. So once we've done that, we can actually continue forwards, go through the gateway past the 2 watchtowers, and here we want to stick to the left one more time. We want to go into the sea a little bit, and behind this cliff you'll notice there is going to be yet another Kodama. That is 8 out of 9. We are missing one more. So what we want to do here is backtrack towards the main gate, but instead of going in the main gate, we want to head off to the left and head up a little bit of a hill. And at the top of this hill, we'll be able to open the shortcut back that leads us to the previous shrine. And if instead of going through the door, we head off to the right just before entering, we will be able to find our 9th and final Kodama in this level. So anyway guys, those are all of the Kodamas in Isle of Demons. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more Nioh content in the future, and we'll see you next time.